Do y'all have fake arguments in your head? Teenagers. Totally just did that. Totally had a fake argument in my head. If the conversation were to continue, if there was not listening involved. Just stop doing that. Takes away from the present. I get very quiet, and it's not enough that I relive the past a lot, but I have to make up the future in my head too. It's too much thinking. I've just been kind of resting today. I tried to take a nap, but it wasn't great. But at least I got the opportunity to do that, so I'm thankful. Dozed off for a little bit. Oh man, I went to the chiropractor today, and the massage therapist worked. My right side is always super, super, super tight, and she found some spots that had me jumping off the table. But it's spots that I've been trying to figure out for a long time, and I think she kind of finally found that's it. That's the spot. So I'm kind of trying to drop my hip here, and feels pretty good actually. I'm not getting that tug pull sensation that I was earlier. So hopefully that will help. I'm trying to, when I'm working, not be in one position all the time, and really not trying to set my arms and use down close to my sides and use my body weight instead of the strength of my shoulders, because that's tiring. I'm really working on my posture, but there's certain things you have to twist on, and I can it's been feeling like my whole right side wrapping all the way around the top of my hip bone. It's just all the muscles are tightening down and throwing my whole pelvis kind of twisted. Hazard of the trade. Gotta take care of myself though, so I'm working on that. I really should get massages more often to help, but it's expensive. From the person who can't afford a massage more regularly, even though she's a therapist. I feel like that's a lot of industries, right? I'm gonna try and do a trade with someone soon. It'll work out. I was thinking in my head, my husband thinks I'm crazy. I was thinking I almost want to find an adult gymnastics class, a beginner to start building strength and flexibility, and maybe learning some cool tricks and tumbling stuff along with it. Nothing crazy, just I really want to I'm finding my mobility is starting to decrease as I'm getting older, and all of the process of the grief and whatnot, and not having any energy and moving nearly as much over the last 7 months. How did that happen? I just can feel I'm not as mobile in my joints, so I really want to find something that I really love to do, and it's fun and it's addicting to do. I used to be that way with Zumba. I used to love it. Part of it, though, is because I went with 5 other friends, and we all had a blast. It was like a dance party 2 times a week. And they've all moved away, and once they stopped we all kind of spread out, then I didn't go as often because it was that social aspect. But And I studied Taekwondo for like 10 years, and I really loved the camaraderie and almost like the family dynamic that happens. And I've tried to pick it back up within the last few years, but the contact, I just can't. I've got some old injuries from it that really flared up automatically as soon as I started doing it again. So it's just too jarring, and my rib shoulder issue really flares up, and when it flares up, it's like a 2 to 3 month process to get the inflammation out. So, and there's some techniques that I know in my head I'm like, I just won't do those techniques, but for me, I love it so much and I have so much fun doing it that I can't say no. I have no self-control and I end up doing the stuff thinking, it'll be fine, and always end up hurting myself because I always go past my limits. Especially it's bad now because I have the muscle memory for it, but I don't have the flexibility or strength for it. So I can throw a kick above my head, but I'm going to rip every muscle in my leg doing it, or whatnot. Because I remember, like, it's just because I did it for so long that a technique is embedded in my system, and I just automatically do it like that. And I'm not primed for it anymore. It would take quite a while. But I feel like gymnastics would be like a friendly, fun way to get my body moving and stretch and strengthen all the things that I need to do. And like, it's challenging enough, hopefully, that I will be really cautious and take it slow and not go past my limit. I really want to get some stability in some of my joints that from repetitive use of holding kids and being in small chairs for like 23 years of being a preschool teacher. I have so many little, like, I could probably tell you almost every joint has something going on, it feels like. I know it's part of getting older too, but I think if I were to like start strength training, but I hate going to the gym and just doing the repetitive. Like, I want to have some kind of challenge or social aspect to it. So I'm going to start seeing about looking into that. I have a knee thing. This is why I want to get moving, because I feel like all the things that I would normally want to do, I'm avoiding doing because I'm scared I'm going to hurt myself, because I don't have stable joints from things not being strong anymore. Like, I'd love to go snowboarding up with Josh and the kids, but I know I'd blow my knee out. It's just not, I would completely destroy my quads and not be able to walk. I increase my activity just a little bit, and my knee just totally flares up every time. So, it's been a long-term chronic thing since I was a teenager, and but yeah, I'd love to get to a point where they could be like, hey, want to go up to the mountain? And I could be like, sure, let's go do that, and not be so worried about being down and out for like a week afterwards because I've hurt myself, because I can't really afford to do that with the job I have. It's that curse and blessing of being self-employed and the type of job I have. It's so physical. I don't get sick time. I don't get vacation time. But I get to create my own schedule and my own work environment. I'm on my husband's insurance. I don't have medical leave, So it's money that I need to survive out of my pocket if I were to really hurt myself. So I'm looking for that thing that's going to be super fun and I'm going to be addicted to it. And I'm really tempted to reach out to some gymnastic places and just see if they've got... I've also thought about maybe doing some ice skating. I was addicted to ice skating when I was little. I lived on roller skates. Sarah and I would clear out the kitchen. And if there was like an ice skating competition, like it was that generation of like Christina Yamaguchi and Brian Boitano and Tanya Harding. We all know her. Nancy Kerrigan. And it was all of those people that we would have the competition on the TV, and we would be on our roller skates skating along in the kitchen and in the dining room with the competitions just for hours and hours and hours and hours. When we moved up here, we turned our garage into like one summer because it was hot. We didn't have AC. And the garage was like one of the only flat surfaces that we had to roller skate, because back home in Louisiana it was all flat, so we could roller skate like everywhere. We were always roller skating. I lived on roller skates. And so we ended up like finding like music and pretending like our garage was a roller skating rink, and we had like flashlights. We turned off all the lights and made it look like a disco, and like just we would roller skate all day long and come up with like choreography, and I loved it so much. So it might be fun to actually take like an adult lesson or something and get on some ice skates. There's actually a ice skating rink pretty close to my office that I could check it out, and maybe there's something around the time that I get off work. But we'll see. I just, when I get active, I like to do things that, you know, are fun, but work your body. Done lots of things like that. Now I've got the summer times with Sarah stuck in my head. Good stuff. Maybe I just get some roller skates. Go down to the school. Put my headphones on and just like dance away. That would be fun. All right. Well, thanks for listening. It's always a pleasure. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.